start streaming again.
Oh.
And now we can do whatever we want on the screen, but we can always come back to this.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying?
Logo.
Yeah, so we got a little logo thing, but we could do other screens. We could do
like branding. I like branding.
Any of these things. Video capture device. So if we ever got a webcam, we could do that. We just want a regular color. Fuck it. There you go. Pick a color. Any color.
Purple.
Purple. That's a little. That's more purple. All right. Oops. But I just want to. One easy thing to do would be to make it white, and then send move to bottom, and then make that like that. That
Okay.
looks a little better. Anyway, and then we'll do Larry's purple. And then when we feel like it, we'll just go to purple. But let's go back to the logo for now. It's beautiful. That's what it is. Okay. So yeah.
We should pull that article up and have the summary, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how we
So
should
we don't
prepare.
get stuck in minutia, but we can at least hit the highlights.
Yeah. Okay, so what we want actually is
So yeah, I found the
Yes.
summary, and then I found.
this fucking thing. This is the report that they were
That they're referencing?
yeah.
Okay. I did not see this.
Yeah. So what we want to do is actually yeah, okay. Okay, good.
You keep saying very positive things. I'm getting a good feeling about that.
Yeah. Okay. So now, this is great. Instead of having... Basically, I just told it to, instead of stream the full screen, just stream one window. So it's just the browser right now. So this is good.
Oh, so now it won't have as much lag.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna check it out. We're gonna.
That's
check it
allowed.
out.
That's allowed.
All right. And we're gonna get serious in about. Let's see, what time is it? Oh, 10:37. 3 minutes.
You on?
I'm almost done. Here we go. Yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah. 3-minute countdown, folks. Here's what we're gonna do.
It's time to fire up.
That looks good. That looks real good. Not too much lag. Maybe 30 seconds or so. Close down that.
Delicious Scandia. Whoa. Oh, and this is how I don't wake up tomorrow morning. Forgot to shut my sounds off. Won't remember to shut my sounds on. It'll be perfect.
Come at us, Gab. Fuck you, Gab. Here's our ideas. We're gonna keep our ideas open. All right.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah. Okay.
Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, take a break. Take a break. You've done enough. You've done
Thank
enough,
you.
Crunch.
Thank you.
We're still counting down. 43 degrees right now. Can you believe it? When 3 days ago, I was shivering my butt off. Does it smell like climate change is in the air? Could be. Could be.
We will see. This is the climate episode. This is the
People. There's a lot of non-believers, Mark. A lot of ostriches out there. And by that I mean burying their heads in the sand.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you figured that out.
Right.
It was for the listeners. But we're on a countdown. I don't have seconds on this. We've been at 10:39 for
10:39. Yeah, we're almost ready to start. We'll get over to our thing, and really, folks, like anything else, we're looking for comments. We're looking for
interaction.
Interact with us, for the love of God.
Crunch needs help. I just dropped a whole octopus episode on him last Sunday, and I don't think he's fully recovered yet. I should have jumped and captured more. Oh, it's 10:40 on your fear right away. Just knowing that you didn't want to.
You know, I hide it. I
want to engage.
I carry it very gracefully. I really do.
But it's it's something that it's real.
It is. Yeah.
And I know you believe, and I don't want to.
I know. Believe.
I hope that bear that I poked last Sunday has settled back down for a long winter's nap.
For a cold one.
Yes, a cold one, a long winter's nap, however you want to go about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Good Wednesday, everybody.
Evening.
Staying positive still. You know, after a few minutes, but it's hard when dun dun dun. Wait, I went to the wrong scene. Dun dun dun. You read the 4th National Climate Assessment,
which is good. It's a good climate assessment.
Now, we want to really encourage people at this point to really go on the YouTube channel and watch this on the video.
Yes.
Because when you watch the video,
you get
more pictures in the video.
And we're done reading. And
yeah, we're not reading shit to you anymore. We're just going to sort of comment more and use more of our riffing abilities here.
Let's get into, who made this assessment? Let's get into that first.
Okay. The National Climate Assessment is, I know it was congressionally mandated or whatever.
Yeah, we've had a couple of these.
Yeah.
We had one in 14, right?
Yeah. Let's go to the About page first. About this report.
They referenced the last one, too. Because now, we're compounding data. So
we got something called the Global Change Research Act. Who did this report is really our question here. And a team of more than 300 federal and non-federal experts with input from external stakeholders at each stage of the process. Regional engagement workshops reached more than 1,000 individuals in over 40 sessions. So really, this was a big community-driven, community effort to get information about what the fuck is going on.
Appears to be bipartisan.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want our climate assessment to be, to have a slant to it.
No.
I kind of want cold, analytical. I want data. I want what are your perceived facts. That's one thing that's good within this is that they even give you the ranks. We'll find it eventually.
Okay.
What their statements mean. What we mean by that is, they give a extremely unlikely, maybe, blah, 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 until they're saying, no, this is the highest likelihood.
Okay.
So, it's just funny how they break down everything into everything in this report.
So, they're saying...
it's definitely boring to read.
But, okay, so everything's... Here we go. Key messages and traceable accounts. Everything's presented in the context of risks to natural and or human systems. Risk is, and the concept of risk answers the following questions. What do we value? What is at risk? What outcomes do we wish to avoid with respect to these valued things? What do we expect to happen in the absence of adaptive action and or mitigation? How bad could things possibly get? Are there important thresholds or tipping points in the unique context of a given region, sector, and so on?
So it's like written for a moron with the most,
Yeah.
With the biggest words they can use.
Yeah, these considerations are encapsulated in a single question. What keeps you up at night? So here we go. So then each of the chapters is founded around different risks and stuff. So
it goes through your regions. It goes through the whole globe.
Okay.
But what I like about it is this has a different slant, where they're saying that the climate is going to batter our economy. That's definitely a new tactic.
Yeah.
We haven't heard that before. Where it's like, wait, what?
This is really going to fuck up.
The bottom line is going to be affected by this. What was I can't remember exactly what year they were saying.
Yeah, let's go back to that AOL article that you found that, does a little bit more of capsuling this up. And we'll watch this little video here, and we'll put the phone over near the speaker so that people can hear it. And press play.
The U.S. government on Friday issuing a new report detailing the threat climate change poses to the economy in what is expected to be a dire warning at odds with the Trump administration's pro-fossil fuels agenda. The congressionally mandated report, written with the help of more than a dozen government agencies and departments, will supplement a study issued last year that concluded humans are the main driver of global warming and warned of potentially catastrophic effects on the planet. This year's report is expected to detail the costs of climate change and provide scientific assessments of the risks and the extent to which people can adapt to it.
Beautiful, clean coal.
The report expected to clash with policy under President Trump, who has been rolling back environmental and climate protections to maximize production of domestic fossil fuels, including crude oil, already the highest in the world above Saudi Arabia and Russia. Trump and several members of his cabinet have repeatedly cast doubt on the science of climate change, saying the causes are not yet settled.
Does seeing this devastation, though, change your opinion at all on climate change, Mr. President?
No. I have a strong opinion. I want great climate.
That despite the fact an overwhelming majority of climate scientists around the globe agree that the burning of fossil fuels drives global warming and is leading to rising seas, flooding, droughts, and more frequent powerful storms.
A new government report has...
Okay.
So it's too bad for the Trump administration that science can't back him up on this one. It's not a beautiful climate.
No.
Climate is becoming volatile.
Let's look at the details. Chapter 2, Our Changing Climate. Let's just get some cliff notes here.
Observed changes in global climate. Yeah, is that what it says?
Okay, so here's a stat. Global average temperature has increased by about 1.8 Fahrenheit.
2 degrees.
In about 100 years.
It's funny to me that the ocean...
No, 115 years.
Slower.
1.8. Yeah.
Because it has self-cooling mechanisms. But yes, no, they're seeing it, and they're seeing I wish they had they do have your classic bar charts in here too. Your graphs.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, no, we've been really noticing something going on here.
They're really aiming for between 2 and 5 degrees Celsius now. If they significantly cut emissions and really roll everything back. Chapter 2, key message number 2 says, what always stuns me is how narrow these margins are. You're talking about 3 degrees centigrade.
Well, that's a little bit more. 3 degrees centigrade is, how much is that in degrees?
6.
6 degrees.
5.5 specifically, according to this. So,
okay.
It's you have 5 degrees of give and take here of the global climate before things start getting fucked up. It's not that much. So that's,
Right, and what's the difference between, 1 degree over versus, once you see 1 degree over, chances of seeing 2 degrees over is a hell of a lot higher.
Right. So they're saying, if you cut emissions, we could probably get a 3-degree increase, but not a 9-degree increase.
Yes.
And that's a problem. So actually, the whole scale is probably 10 degrees Fahrenheit. If we're starting at 0 where we are, or where we were,
and we get to plus 10, then all of a
plus
sudden,
10. Yeah, you're in trouble. Okay, so that makes more sense. That's a season.
I think that does make more sense.
Difference. Yeah. That's the difference between fall and winter, or the difference between spring and summer, is that those 10 degrees sometimes. So
yes.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, right, we're seeing this change in much shorter period of time before to see that kind of spike.
Man, I was thinking about that book.
So it was. It is scary just to say that. Well, no. We're compiling so much data now that.
Yeah.
Things are changing. They don't have a lot of backlog of data, so I'm wondering how they're really theorizing that. Like, we don't know how many hurricanes we do. But they have to pile through records, and it's a little different. But.
Yeah, I can't tell if that's just a anti-climate change talking point or whatever, but people do remark on
how much more weather.
How much more data. We have high-frequency weather data now, whereas we only have low-frequency weather data moving backwards, so it's not fair to compare.
Right, or just written documentation where it's like, winds were at 140, and, where it's like, okay. We don't really know.
Yeah.
But we would know their frequency as best we could.
Right.
But it's changed from now on, let's say from, 1996? We really started following the weather patterns and logging data more efficiently.
Something like that. Yeah. So this webcomic XKCD, it's really popular. If you go and search for XKCD climate change, you can see what we're looking at here. But it's a timeline of Earth's average temperature, and it's a comical because it's a very long comic, and you can scroll through this whole thing. And, it takes you on this long-ass timeline that starts 20,000 years ago. And you see the line increasing very slowly, line increase, and then boom! From 1900 on, the climate just skyrockets upward. So people, when I worked for the defense contractor, I saw one scientist post this article, and another scientist said that's unfair because you didn't have high frequency data back then, so you don't know if there was ever any spikes that lasted a really short amount of time, because all you have is like fossil records and geological records and things like that. So, I don't know. I still think climate change is real and it's happening and it's human made, but it's an interesting kind of dialogue between two scientists.
Well, what made us start measuring it? Curiosity, right?
Or commerce.
Okay,
start
stay
really
ahead of the weather.
I don't know if there was some weather, some Jesuit monk was just recording the weather every day because that's what they did back in the day. They were like old school data entry people. Or the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Association, which owns all the satellites and does all the satellite imagery of data, is actually under the Department of Commerce. So they're out there trying to make sure their shipping lanes are open. And
okay. How long have they been around? 60s?
Good question.
Before? Probably before.
Yeah.
Probably 40s.
No, 70s. October 3rd, 1970.
Okay.
So before that, there was probably NASA NASA and the DoD had satellites, and Russia had satellites, and maybe it's China.
Yeah, once we started to actually be able to see the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all, you don't want to be cynical and be like, follow the money, but NOAA is part of the United States Department of Commerce. So
they're in with the money.
Good money to know where the weather is and what the weather's doing. Anyway. Oceans are acidifying. So the world's oceans absorb all the heat. Basically, yeah.
They absorb all the heat, but somehow dispel it, which is key, because if they didn't,
that would be worse. We got about 7 to 8 inches of rise in the last 100 years.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's almost a foot.
Yeah, they had to change the FEMA maps a couple of years ago.
A rise exceeding 8 feet is physically possible, although the probability of such an extreme outcome cannot currently be assessed. So they're saying, we measure all the ice. If all that ice melts, all of it, then we're looking at 8 feet.
Well, what I'm wondering is, from some of those really large glaciers and like those, if there was to be a large fracture of one, could that start sending waves?
Oh,
Yeah, they can
No.
landslide send tsunamis.
No.
Due to volcanoes, there can be a landslide, and that'll send a tsunami.
No, because
But what about like a huge glacier just kind of having and then like dumping down into the? Well, I don't know.
yeah.
I just thought about that.
So, well, I mean, the iceberg that broke off of Antarctica was 4 times the size of Manhattan. Broke off of Antarctica.
That's not good.
Yeah, but it was an iceberg break known as calving. This thing.
Oh, it happens. It just happened over the Earth.
Yeah, this big ass fucking chunk just fell off. You didn't see a lot of waves or anything. I don't think you saw any. It would have to hit from like a mile up in the air before you would get any real velocity hitting the water and going out. If it kind of
I was just thinking
falls
like
off,
shelves and just if because all you have to displace the water.
no, because
So
think
you
of
need something huge.
Yeah, think of icebergs too. Most of it's already underwater too, so it's kind of just like.
And that's what I was saying. Yeah, I guess
It
that would be
would
something weird.
There's not enough kinetic energy to really do anything. Unfortunately, which is my problem too.
Well, it's like an avalanche.
fair.
We never talked about that, but an avalanche is one of nature's things that can kind of happen oddly.
Yeah, those will fuck you up. Avalanche.
You're toast. If you eat an avalanche,
You're not though. People stay under for days. Can you imagine just being trapped under ice for
I would
days?
freak
Oh my god.
the ever living F
And what do you
out
do?
of my
How
shoes,
long-
I
I
would
mean-
lose my freaking mind. But
I
I
mean-
would dig. I would like to think I would dig my way out, just because I would lose it
You
so
would
badly.
Start scraping with
I would
finger
get
and
out.
claw, and your
I would
fingers
get
all
out, and I
bloody.
would have nubs for fingers. I'd be gushing blood everywhere.
Oh
but
my
I would be
God.
like, I'm out.
I made it. Yeah. Puke all over the ice.
I can't. You can't bury me in sand. If you do that now,
Oh, you do
I'll
that
turn
now,
into
yeah.
a raging lunatic.
Okay.
If you don't let me out.
So I thought about because you think about the worst thing, which is just getting straight up buried alive in like a fucking coffin.
For me,
by some
that is
psychopath.
like that is without doubt. That is
You would just have a nervous breakdown.
that is my largest fear.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would just have a full on nervous breakdown down there.
I
You
would. I don't know what I would do.
Oh my god.
I would probably hold my own throat and try to pass out, so that I don't know what would happen. I'd wake up and then
You couldn't
freak
move
out
your
more.
arms and
Oh,
shit?
dude,
Oh my God.
I'm gonna have to like get up and like do jumping jacks right now.
So
I'm gonna
okay.
start talking about octopuses.
My
if you don't change the
question-
fucking- I'm telling you, change.
Okay, so now that you're in this state, the question is about that scenario, which I won't name again. How long can you realistically lose your mind? Do you just freak out for like 6 hours and then
Dude,
you're just
I don't know. I don't even want to think
Yeah.
about it. I don't know.
okay.
No, you'd
Yeah.
freak out
No,
until
I
you died
would-
of hunger and thirst.
Yeah. So,
So no. Yeah,
I'd rather
for me-
I'd rather burn to death than
I'm gonna
climate change.
smoke
So
17 cigarettes in front of you since you're not smoking anymore. Now you do that to me. Oh my goodness.
I don't know, America.
Larry's nerves are shot. I can't even talk about these rising temperatures anymore.
We got increases.
In
in
the changing
precipitation.
US precipitation, yeah, it's gonna rain
Yeah.
a lot. Hey,
Motherfuckers.
have I noticed that? Working
Yeah.
outside every day over the last freaking 2 months. I'm not a duck, Mother Nature. Jesus Christ! Sorry, I had to get that out there.
It's okay. So this is what we talk about a lot on the show too: is Arctic change.
Oh yeah, because that's a pretty good telltale sign of if it's
Yeah,
warming up.
if it's
Because we
warming
get
up.
big friggin' balls of ice over there.
Yep, and again, economic interest. All those shipping lanes open up. That's fucking nuts.
So how is this going
More
to
severe
how is this going
storms.
to negatively affect our economy then? If the shipping lane's going to open, then that's
Well,
gonna
this
be
is.
good.
I mean,
Well,
we're
there
just
may
on
be
chapter
war.
2 here. This is just setting the stage. This is what's going on in the world. The ice level, sea levels are rising. Temperatures are going up. Arctic ice is melting.
Increase of coastal
Increases in
flooding.
coastal flooding. Long as term changes
Dude,
cannot be ruled out. Thanks, guys. Thanks, you fucking. All right,
that was lame.
chapter 2. Which let's choose your own adventure. What do we want to look at? We can go by region or we can go by topic. I'm gonna let Larry pick.
We will go with built environment, urban systems, and cities. We'll go to 11.
All right. Welcome your feedback. That's nice. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they.
Projected change in the number of very hot days.
Oof. It goes from no more than 55 to maybe 90.
Yeah.
So that's almost double.
A lot of hot days coming up.
That's great.
Okay, graph.
Because the cities will be warmer.
Yeah. Let's look at quality of life. Yeah. I just want the summary. Can you just give me these key takeaways? Here we go. Boom! Key message number 1.
The opportunities and resources in urban areas are critically important to the health and well-being of people who work. Yep. They can exacerbate existing challenges to urban quality of life, including social inequality, aging, and deteriorating infrastructure, which we see every day.
Yeah.
North Andover and Lawrence blew up the other day.
Yeah, right.
Stress
exploded.
ecosystems.
Yeah.
They're right, and that's what they're saying is that this will just put undue stress. That little bit more undue stress, where it's like every once in a while when we have a heat wave, they're like, "Hey, remember your elderly neighbors. Just go check on them. Make sure they got the AC on. You know, that'll be like, no, every day. Make sure you check on the old people. They might be dead on the sidewalk.
Yeah, they might just fucking fall over. So,
yeah,
right.
he wanted to sit on the bench and take in the sun for a few minutes. Then he couldn't get up. Who knows?
All right, let's take turns here. I'll read one. You read one. Forward-looking design informs investment in reliable infrastructure that can withstand ongoing and future climate risks. So this is also just like hey, you should see the Reuters thing.
Yeah, people are going to want to get away from places that don't have the money to continue to rebuild their infrastructure to keep up with the change in the climate. You know, everyone's going to need central air. Everyone's going to need different qualities of life due to our climate.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to sell a place now that doesn't have air conditioning. That'll become like one of the things where it's like, no, it's too fucking hot here in the summer. There has to be air conditioning. I'm not buying it. Or a central air.
Dude.
Or, that'll become a requirement.
Not even that, but the entire equatorial band across the globe in Central and South America and Africa, the Middle East, parts of India and stuff, like, all those places need to be fucking air conditioned.
Yeah.
All of it.
Right. The Freon and everything else.
Yeah. And those are developing societies, so they haven't been air conditioned yet, and they're gonna get air conditioning. So
power. Lots of power.
I don't think
like refrigeration too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk about on this show our fridges.
Right.
Imagine all the places in the world that don't have fridges yet that we want to put fridges.
Yeah, this is why we need to generate. It's not just about creating electronics that consume less electricity, which is important, but it's also about being able to generate a shitload of electricity in an environmentally friendly way. You would think 20 times what we produce now we need to get from solar or wind or
you would
some
think that Middle Eastern countries and African countries, like, that's where the solar people should go and just be like, hey,
we're gonna cover the fucking Sahara Desert.
Don't fucking kill us, okay? We're just gonna take certain sections, we're gonna put up fence, we're gonna build solar fields, and we're gonna create enough power so that you guys can all have air conditioning.
Right.
Is that cool?
Don't kill us. We just want your land.
We don't. Yeah, we want small portions of your land to build this stuff. But this stuff that we're going to build small is only for you.
For now,
we're just going to take some money.
For you, of course. And this is 100% for you.
For you. We're building infrastructure.
Except for the money.
Except for, yes. None of this is free.
Yeah. How is that different from what?
We're not paying for the land because we're giving you this service. But we're still going to need to pay.
Yeah. This whole thing where we use your land and take all the money as a service.
But still,
to you.
But think about all that, all the
I think your question is why are they
spaces and stuff where it's just like, okay, what are you guys doing out in the desert? Why the hell aren't we building huge solar fields out in the desert and making stockpiles of electricity? I mean, it's kind of, you would think you could do that with like medieval equipment. Like I bet that's what. Some.
Why don't we put the solar panels in? Why don't we put solar panels in the Sahara Desert as a source of electricity? Surface area required to power the world is just like a little tiny, blip in each continent. And there's a desert there, so why wouldn't you just put a fucking thing? Okay, here's some reasons. Not so simple. Let's get into it. Larry, take us away from number one. Here's
Well,
why we don't have desert solar panel farms. Go.
Unstable governments make multi-billion-dollar projects terrifying for investors.
Absolutely.
To make a project interesting enough, it would need to be of some size. To justify the investment in long-distance transmission lines, for example, you will likely want to place millions of panels somewhere.
I see.
This won't be cheap.
So you got to put a shitload of panels down and run a really fucking long wire to get it to be useful.
You gotta house it, you gotta move it, you gotta do something with the electricity to store it.
Additionally, at any point, those panels can get fucking attacked by anybody.
And destroyed.
And so, which means you need like a very expensive private security force to protect the panels.
Yeah, you'd kind of hope that there wouldn't be too many, roving warlords.
Yeah. Which we already do with oil fields. All of these concerns are predominantly... just picture them shipping batteries out of the Middle East instead of shipping...
Oil.
Yeah. And it's the same exact fucking thing. Okay. Transmitting power over great distances can be done, but it's not the optimal solution, which is why you ship batteries instead of fucking running wires. Next one. Larry, go.
The timescale of these kinds of deals changes modern institutions like Western banks, governments, and corporations. In the developing world, it might be a bridge too far.
Oh, okay. So don't trust the brown people with money.
Yes, third world countries. You can't have good
absolutely
shit.
not.
That's not the reason why
Out
we
of
would
the
want to
question.
do this. That's
Yeah,
dumb.
yeah.
That's dumb.
Yeah, how dare you try to prosper? Okay.
So those are really bad reasons.
Yeah.
Those are
really
bad
the only
reasons.
one reason. The first reason was it's
So how about
hard.
the Sahara? Wait a minute. What about the Sahara? No, I mean, what about No. What about our desert?
Replace every barrel of oil with a fucking giant battery that's powered from a solar panel, and it's the same fucking thing. And you can reuse the batteries, and you're not drilling holes and creating like fossil fuel emissions.
Small
and shit.
holes, just to hold the panels down.
Yeah,
I lay
just
out for those
constructing
drill
panels
rigs.
and just letting
Yeah.
the sun shine on it for days and fucking.
They go down 5 feet.
Yeah, there's other shit about it confuses birds because it reflects things and like
It does.
yeah, fuck the birds. Like fuck those birds. I don't know what else to say because like
Well, I would say you would want to set them
I would
up so that they
compare-
aren't. You would want to set them up so that they aren't reflecting the sun's light, so that it's like necessarily narrowed in one place.
sure.
You want to set up the arrays so that they're kind of connected yet.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to form like a cup, and then reflect
Right.
the sun's energy back into space.
Yeah.
Then
so
you'll have like maybe you have like a cooked duck that just flies by.
that poor duck. So
I love
yeah,
duck.
because as we know, the current ways of getting electricity
fuels?
are very good for birds.
Oh, well, they love a good oil bath every once in a while.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
the little ones that can't.
Oh
they
yeah,
can't
like the ones that
protect
you get.
themselves.
You just get all fucked up
Fine,
with oil.
that pelican will be able to-
be just
Just
fine. Can you
shake
imagine?
it off.
Yeah.
No, I'm
You
just
just
kidding.
think-
This stuff terrifies me. It's
Yeah,
true.
it's true. So
Shipping fossil fuels. Should we get into that? How disastrous that could be?
yeah. So if we're worried about the sunlight reflecting off of solar panels and confusing some birds, I'm afraid that's a improvement over what we have right now. So
No, I think we've already done that.
Yeah, okay.
When I lay out arrays, it seems like they're to get by, but they're sort of.
what are you gonna do? What the fuck do you want us to do? Like
I know.
that's my I guess.
I know. No, believe me.
Somebody just tell me what the fuck you want me to do. I'll do it. I'll put them.
What
I'll
we
put them
should do is-
zigzag.
What we should do is put up a few wind things in the middle of all these arrays, just so that the birds know. Oh shit! Get the fuck out of
Oh
here.
right, yeah.
Like they'll learn eventually. Like that they probably already have.
Yeah.
Like, oh, don't go near those things.
You
Once
know,
you hear
so,
that
like-
noise, because they probably
Yeah.
hear something first. They're like, oh fuck that, let's go. We'll go around.
The
this shit."
scientists know where the birds are. They know they can do migration paths and stuff, and they know you can just put them where they're not in a migration path and just be like, the birds. Do you see this shit where the birds can see the magnetic fields
Of the what?
of the Earth? they have protein. They have protein in their eye that helps them visualize the Earth's magnetic field. That's why birds can just follow these long ass
Lines.
magnetic lines and stuff because they can just see the Cry4 protein.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so this is what they kind of see. They see these sort of like, see that?
Yes, then they just fly towards the middle.
Yeah. It looks a little darker where there's more magnetism or something to them, and then that's just, it's like, oh, well, yeah, let's go that way.
We're going that way. Yeah. Warmer that way. I promise. That's crazy.
It's every bit as dumb as the bird brain is, which is great.
Yeah, but see, they still have that cool shit.
Yeah.
And then we dump oil on them, and then they're like, nah, I don't really have anything to combat this. Can you guys help?
They're like, look at this shit. What am I supposed to do with this shit?
Anybody got
I'm going to fucking die now. Yeah. You're going to take me into your lab and, like, brush me every 6 hours for 2 weeks or something. You see them try to fix up the birds? They're like, just, dude.
Yeah, the first one of you that says, oh, just go rinse it off in the ocean, go fuck yourself, because that's where this oil came from, you bastards.
Yeah.
Just go wash it off. Oh, okay.
Okay, so cities are fucked.
Cities are definitely going to become, cities in big weather, much more potentially disastrous. We don't have hurricanes hit cities too often.
Yeah.
But they do. And when they do, that's 10 times the disaster.
Here we go. Cities can build on local knowledge and risk management approaches, integrate social equity concerns, and join multi-city networks to begin to address these challenges. Great. Sure. Do it.
Yeah.
Good fucking luck. All right, Larry. Choose your own adventure. Pick the next section.
Oh, goodness. How about air quality?
Let's
really start to get frightened.
Okay. So what are we dealing with? Oh, we got a nice picture of a forest fire behind the air quality thing. Give me my menu. There we go. Key message number 1: increasing risk from air pollution.
There are 100 million people in the United States live in communities where air pollution exceeds health-based air quality standards. Unless counteracting efforts to improve air quality are implemented, climate change will worsen existing air pollution levels. Thanks, Captain Obvious. This worsened air pollution would increase the incidence of adverse respiratory and cardiovascular human effects, including premature death. Increased air pollution would also have the environmental consequences, including reduced visibility and damage to agricultural crops and forests.
Okay, so
fire.
Air pollution's bad. Okay?
Air pollution probably is not helping California when it comes to the wildfires.
No, great segue, by the way, because wildfire smoke degrades air quality. I just saw something that San Francisco, Sacramento, and some other city in California are now the 3 most polluted cities in the world.
Just
because of those fucking fires. So, that's fucking fucked up.
That sucks.
Visibility sucks. Illnesses such as asthma and hay fever are likely to increase. Pollen allergens are likely to increase. What about microbes?
I have never had allergies
Siberia?
Until probably 5 to 6 years ago. Then all of a sudden I started having, I believe, hay fever.
Yeah. Look at this fucking shit. BBC reports there are diseases hidden in ice and they're waking up. Long dormant bacteria and viruses trapped in ice and permafrost are reviving as Earth's climate warms. So, that's fucked up, dude.
So keep digging in the dirt, everyone. Maybe you can survive. It's about exposure. It's not about trying to keep yourself clean.
Anthrax's spores? This caption says, anthrax spores can survive for decades. Larry's like squirming next to me as we look at this. That is fucked up.
Ugh.
So is anthrax a fungus?
Are you asking? Is that a question, or are you going to Google on that one?
Anthrax is. Oh no, it's
It's an infection caused by bacteria.
Spores is a form of the germ covered by a protective cell. So I guess that's when. That's fucking fucked. So when people like mail anthrax, it's that like the white powder and it's spores. You're just getting like spores in the mail.
Well, the spores attached to whatever the white powder is, right? The white powder isn't the spores. Oh, is it?
Okay, so we got anthrax. Spores.
Electronics.
Control F. Powder.
or by touching the powder form that
but
was
what is the powder?
contained in letters.
Your headline is "What is the powder?" And you don't tell us what the powder is. You fucking... Sorry. I'm trying to be nicer. Okay.
Attacks by inhaling thousands of airborne spores. Thank you.
Oh, mixed with the powder too.
Okay, yeah.
there
I
you
would
go.
assume that the
Probably
spores have
baking
to.
soda or something.
Yeah, they just have to adhere to something.
Okay. All right. And the greenhouse gas emissions are going to be bad for
Yeah, greenhouse gas.
quality.
Yeah, it's not going to go well.
breathing methane.
You're right. Your pick.
All right. My pick, we're going to go to near and dear.
Oh, that's
Coastal effects. So here's it's a nice picture of a flood. Subtle. Reports very subtle.
Oh, okay.
All right. Coastal economies and property are already at risk. So if this shit's going to get flooded, coastal environments, tourism's going to go down. So really, what's at risk here is the east and the west coast, which are giant hotbeds of the economy.
And equals resilience to climate change. Okay, yeah. So they're saying we're going to have to start building smarter along the coast.
Yeah.
Which
why we
they've
haven't been
done.
is- yeah.
They've done. I mean, all of you go to Plum Island or some of these other
They've
coastal
done some
towns.
clever shit.
You have to build with steel, and you have to build 4 feet or whatever it is, 3 feet exactly above whatever the mean annual high,
Yeah.
blah 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 is.
You don't get a
Which
basement.
changes.
Yeah.
Right. There's no basement. You go into the house,
Yeah.
and it all has to be up on
Stilts,
On
basically.
stilts, yeah.
Yeah. Social challenges intensified.
Well, that'll be part of it. Where you're gonna. It's probably more costly to do that. But.
All right. Yeah.
Right. Policies against these impacts and thus will establish precedents that will affect both coastal and non-coastal regions.
Because
Meaning
people are
that
going to
they're
be moving
they're gonna have to-
inland. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to make new They're going to make new rules. It's going to be like, well, no. You can't just grandfather that old foundation in and keep building on it again because the tide knocked it down.
Yeah.
No. If you want to build again, you're going to have to do X, Y, and Z, and people hate that.
Right.
More red tape, more this, more that.
All right. So then we'll go to our another near and dear, the Northeast. Lovely New England. Seasons impact rural areas. Seasonality.
Central regions.
So yeah, looking at you, Berkshires. Looking at you, upstate New York. Oceans and coasts. We've already kind of been through this, but ocean acidification, sea
And livelihoods.
rise,
Yeah.
urban interconnectedness.
Fishermen might have a good few years once the water temperature warms up a
They're
few more
gonna be-
degrees, and then
actually-
more, you get some bonita running around
Yeah,
out there.
there's gonna be some good stuff coming from the fishermen in the coming years.
That'll be good. We'll have to learn to eat all new different fish. It's gonna be like, hey, can I have some haddock?
Yeah.
No.
It's fucking crazy that you can take a fisherman from like 150 years ago and put them on a boat now and they would still know what to do.
It's true that it hasn't changed that much.
Yeah.
Like to be like, hey, take the boat where you want to get fish, and be like, yeah, that's where we follow our GPS to every day. Yeah, this is where the fish are. They're always here.
Yeah. They've been here for years.
Do you guys need GPS to get out here? Well, yeah, we can't just drive a boat out into the ocean and find where we're going. Oh, well, you just have
nice.
to look at these 4 things. Then you know where you're going.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
let me show you this
okay.
little device.
I
The
Yeah, no, I just look up at the sun at this point.
yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, the sextant.
Yeah, that thing hangs and it shows you where the core of the Earth is. Then you can position that with a star and then figure out sort of.
Well, there's a thing that has
Angles
multicolored
and-
lenses, and
Yeah.
you point it at the sun, and then you point something at something else, and then you flip up whatever lens you want, and it kind of helps
Like
you
that
know.
and a clock, and then you're like, all right, good. Yeah.
I'm east, northeast, 12 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some shit. Interconnectedness is good. Okay.
So we're already screwed. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's look at some mitigation techniques here.
Mental health and well-being. Well, it's already bad here in the northeast. Okay, we don't.
All right.
Oh yeah, Cape Cod probably had some negative effects. I'm gonna guess. I
Yeah.
mean, the sharks are already getting bigger. It can't get
Right.
much better. There's gonna be more seals, more sharks.
That's what my mom said. She's like, I'm so glad to be moving here from the Cape with all those sharks. Like, yeah, maybe.
It's true. I
Yeah.
mean, they probably talk about it all the time. But now it's only if they go into the mouth. But that just means it's like, well, we know there's a shitload out there, guys. Nobody go over there, obviously. We just
Yeah.
make sure they don't come in here. They're out there.
Nothing really. It's like reduce risks through adaptation.
How long before we see signs around here? Or it's like, sharks. Sorry, guys. Gotta throw it out there.
Yeah. We're kind of protected from the Cape, though. The animals are already sort of out there. Once you get around there, they're not gonna. Yeah.
You never know.
They might. Yeah. I don't know.
We're starting to see more and more. I mean, now we have great whites every year, more and more. Usually juvenile stuff.
Yeah. We see great whites up here?
Oh, yeah. Every year.
All right.
Now. Never used to come before.
All right. Well, I'm fucking bored of this thing.
Yeah, this thing is kind of... That's the problem with it. I mean, there's so much data that they have that it's like...
Yeah.
We're really kind of... They're trying to knock it out of the park, but they didn't really give you that good synopsis, except that it's going to batter our economy.
But that's what Reuters said. So this is what's bugging me about this, is that, like...
They're talking about, like, socioeconomic...
They're talking about everything. I mean, this is just an addendum to the report that's like, oh, yeah, here's some more detail, here's more methodology and data and
what
stuff.
they're driving at is that the climate change is going to drive us to do even more things that will intensify the climate change.
Yeah,
it's
it's
with
like...
more heat, you're going to have more air conditioning like we talked about. We're going to need more energy, which means we're going to mine more coal. So we're going to keep compounding what we're already doing due to the changes that we've already affected.
Right.
So it's kind of horrifying.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So
not for us.
We have to move away from this, is what it's saying. Have you seen this thing, the productivity curve?
But we're talking about, our the 4 generations removed from us. Not a good thing. My great grandkids are gonna be like shit.
Yeah.
Can't really go outside for a month or 2. One of them when it's really cold. One of them when it's really hot.
Right.
Yeah. In August, you won't be able to go outside. Or you'll have to wear, like, something weird.
Yeah, like
a shower. You'll have, like, a
still
separate
suit
shower.
from
Going
Dune.
outside today, take your sunscreen shower first.
Yeah. Have you seen the Dune, the still suits?
Ooh. Sounds terrible.
This thing. It's like a space suit, but for desert travel. And it retains all your water, and your room's recycled into moisture, and
That's awesome. I want one of those.
Yeah. No, Dune is cool. Once you get into Dune, there's some cool ass shit in Dune. Yeah, one of those is a still suit. That's what they wear when they just go into they call it the deep desert. It's just like, just walking through the Sahara, but yeah.
But we're good.
Yeah.
Then we're good. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's far out, man.
That's totally fucking crazy. Anyway.
I saw the. Did I tell you I saw the Superman one where the Avengers or whatever it was with shitty Batman and.
Oh, Justice League.
Yes.
Yeah.
I finally saw that.
I'm so sorry.
That was a travesty.
Yeah.
I mean, she's so hot that it's like still almost watchable.
Gal Gadot. Yeah.
Really, huh?
Yep. She's in all the Fast and Furious movies too. She's in a bunch of them.
I knew I'd seen her before, but I couldn't place her.
Yeah.
But she's a rare beauty. She must have like a club foot or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, they get fingerprints from the bad guy so they can ID him in one of the Fast and Furious movies by letting the bad guy grab her ass and then lifting the fingerprints off her ass.
It's pretty good.
I think that was in like 4. Yeah, 4 when they were in Brazil.
And they just put like some like sheer material on her. It was just like, just walk by him.
Yeah.
Perfect. Do you mind if I take that off myself?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want you to smudge it.
Yeah. So,
those
movies are extremely good. I don't care what anybody says. They're basically like romantic comedies for men.
It's just the same movie over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's just...
But that's fine. I get it. It's a series.
It's a franchise. And the goal with every movie in the franchise, what are we going to do to get people back in to see another fucking Fast and Furious movie?
And it's kind of like the hardcore people, like, what did they start doing next? Where then it, like, went to drift, and, like, then it went to this. They're obviously following some sort of, like, real street stuff.
Right.
So it's interesting. Yeah, they're following the times, but then they kind of get political, and then last time, weren't they, like, in Iraq, like, fighting against terrorists, like, sanctioned by the government?
Yeah, because the stakes, like, in the first movie, they were, like, rob a bank or something. And then in the 7th and the 8th
trucks
movie,
and
the 8th,
they were like
saving the world from
a
team of mercenaries. That in Fate of the Furious, there's a hacker that's about to launch all the nuclear weapons of every and they're gonna stop her, and it's fucking
because you obviously have all the nuclear weapons on one
Charlize Theron.
Yes.
Yeah. Cypher, a criminal mastermind and cyber terrorist who coerces Dom into working against his team.
She's a phenomenal actress.
Yeah, but that was
she's
stunning. Charlize Theron is
she is stunning to me.
Extremely
she's one of those
talented.
ones where it's like, oof, I don't know what it is about you, but there's something about you, lady.
Good, nice sex appeal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the Fate of the Furious. That's when Dom turns against his family. That's the whole thing. It's
that's
like,
right.
Yeah.
Dom. Yeah. Hey. How many street fights you been in? Oh, is that the wrong movie? Sorry, 328. Just kidding.
There's all kinds of family, Brian.
Dom. What a terrible name for someone.
There's all kinds of family, Brian.
SWAT came into my house, disrespected my whole family because somebody knocked me out.
I'm so sorry that you ripped my family apart. I'm very sorry that that was hard for you.
Thank you, Lord, for blessing this table.
And food?
She's like perfect to play the sister, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Look where it's gotten us. Look at our family now.
I already lost my family once.
Family just got bigger. There's always room for family.
He's right.
Oh,
We're family.
man.
I know you guys
If it
are
wasn't
family,
for Riddick.
so I'm offering you a chance right now to make that family whole again.
I wish they would make.
You want to make this family whole again?
You don't turn your back on family.
Your code is about family. Take your crew and walk away. That's the only way you're gonna keep your family safe.
Your brother never told you never threaten a man's family?
This is your family. It's who you are. This is my family.
Thank you for the little angel, the newest addition to our family.
And now you found your family with these drift nuts.
Almost killed my family.
Hosting his family in the Dominican Republic.
Just stop him before he does any more damage to our family.
Said he knew Han.
Just keeps rolling from hot chick to
Said
hot
Han
chick.
was family.
You never should have messed with a match family.
You and your family.
Han was my family too.
But what's real is family. Your family. I don't have friends. I got family.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody
gets left behind
or forgotten.
Oh, forgotten.
Yeah. So, all right, to our family. We should sign off now. It's gonna be that time.
It's too bad, but
it's getting to be fun.
So have we finally settled this debate that climate change is real? I mean, we settled this on the show, right? We don't. No one needs to argue with us on this.
Yeah.
All right. It's.
Don't fuck.
It's
just stop
it's
it.
Science
Stop
at this
it with
point.
the fucking thing.
They have data.
Yeah.
Data is telling us exactly what we already knew.
Seriously, folks.
It's changing. We could try to help it not change as much.
Right.
We could.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on what political atmosphere we're under, apparently. Because I don't think Trump is thinking about long-term goals when it comes to that. I think he's thinking more along the lines of fragging.
Of family.
Of family. He needs to, make sure that the legacy of his family is well kept.
All right, fam.
As do we and our fam. All right. Oh yeah, we're still live streaming, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we got to remember to turn off a bunch of other shit now.
I don't like to turn off anything. I don't know anything about that. I just put it away and put it back on.
Yeah.